I'm Bogan, currently working as a penetration tester at JDS Australia. So my journey to where I am today has been a long one. So bear with me. I started with a bachelor degree in electronic engineering, which led me to work as manufacturing system engineer at a semiconductor company. During this initial experience in the professional field, I was exposed to the IT-related aspects, which gave me fundamental knowledge of operating systems, networks, databases, and infrastructure. I also gained fundamental understanding of security from a system owner's perspective. This experience and also some experience of collaborating with auditors and security operators also sparked my curiosity in cybersecurity. Then it was my 7th year in the role, and we as a family decided to migrate here in Australia. So it was a challenging time. I had a difficult time to translate my expertise into a full-time work. Luckily, I was able to convince employer that I had the transferable skills that I can survive and thrive in any fields, in any engineering fields. So I started from scratch, learning as much as possible in the mechanical building service field, and slowly but surely found my place in the industry. So looking back, this role not only helped me support my family, but also gave me the invaluable experience of producing documentations that client would appreciate, and handling and communicating situations with clients and from their perspective. So after spending several years in the building service engineering field, I realized I had stopped learning new things, making me crave the dynamic nature of the tech world. Then pandemic hit. I thought to myself, there is no better time for me to pursue a career change. Given my previous experience as system engineer, I decided to pursue my career in cybersecurity without a second thought. I began doing my master degree in cybersecurity and maintaining my full-time job. At the beginning of the study, I didn't have any good idea of which specialization I would pursue. I kept an open mind and explored as much as possible of the various domains in cyber. During my second semester, I discovered penetration testing, and it was a pivotal moment in my life. I could tell I have found my passion because I felt the anticipation each time I turned on the lab machine, and the satisfaction when my proof of concept worked, and the ecstasy when I successfully root a lab machine. So after more than 1.5 years of self-training and practicing, I earned my every first certification in penetration testing and the OCPs. So to demonstrate my commitment and competency to my future employer, and I felt I was ready for full-time job as a pen tester. And fortunately, I land my first full-time job very quickly, and now JDS is my second employer as a full-time pen tester. If my journey is anything to go by, I think it's never to be afraid to start over. I thoroughly enjoy every minute of my work as penetration tester, and it's all worth it at the end. Choosing to do a master degree is a personal choice. I was keen to experience Australia's higher education system. I actually had this mindset that a degree in cybersecurity not necessarily lead to a job in this field, and likewise, you don't need actually necessarily need a degree to land a full-time job in cybersecurity. So given you are able to showcase your skills and knowledges, and maybe highly regarded certifications like CREST certifications probably make your resume stand out a little bit better. Because of this mindset, I actually focused on my studying journey itself rather than worrying the destination. I think I can summarize my academic journey into two words. One is inspiring, the other one is enjoyable. I reckon it's inspiring because it provided me with enormous role models and industry heroes to look up to. The courses invited guest lecturers from the industry to give us a glimpse into their daily work and also their insights into future challenges. This exposure expanded my horizon enormously. Um, I got to learn about like threat intelligence, digital forensics, security researching, and of course penetration testing. Before this that lecture, I actually associate penetration testing with hacking and was skeptical about it. The lecture left me captivated and fascinated by the idea of offensive security. Another thing I find is inspiring is that the teaching team, mainly comprised of highly achieving females, striving to improve diversity in cybersecurity field. So I think it's really empowering and inspiring. Also, I felt it's enjoyable because besides offering those courses and classes, the uni actually provides a network and platform for us individuals' growth. You know, there is never a shortage of enthusiastic, gracious, and caring professionals in the cybersecurity field who always willing to lend out a helping hand and volunteer their time to help others, new starters to grow. The uni played an important role in connecting those aspiring students with those professionals, which is how I was fortunate enough to be connected with my mentor, Chethra. I was able to seek his guidance and support, which make my venture into the industry less daunting and more enjoyable. I think it's very comforting to know that there is a place I can seek advice and receive encouragement at every step of my career. As a penetration tester and JDS Australia, my role involves every typical aspect of penetration testing practice, like from scoping to information gathering, testing, analysis, and exploitation, and finally reporting. So the types of testing I perform vary from web app to API testing to networks, mobile apps, and many more. I'm grateful for the many opportunities to test on different types of systems that align with my development plan and continuous growth my expertise. Beyond providing penetration testing service, we also strive to act as consultants who are familiar with our clients' security needs. So we will understand their risk model and their security focus. So those elements can help and affect how we rate our finding for them and how we prioritize the testing tasks and so on. So our consultancy work also extends beyond delivery of the report as well. So for example, our clients may have difficulty to implement a specific mitigation measure like immediately. They may require guidance or assessments on interim measure. So we will be there to provide the support throughout that process. I think being as a penetration tester, it's a privilege that you can really see you are making a tangible difference. It's mentally rewarding when I catch a critical bugs before the threat actors do. And it's also equally satisfying when a client brings back an updated system for retest, and we see a more secure version of all the remediations that has been implemented. It feels like you've made the world a little bit more safer. That's the favorite aspects I enjoy. All my employers I worked for as a penetration tester strongly encouraged their team member to become CREST certified. And they all take pride in their status of being CREST accredited service providers. So I always had this goal of becoming CREST certified in mind. I started my exam preparation like 14 days prior. It turned out to be a little bit challenging because I couldn't find a big chunk of time to dedicate for it. The best way I found to use my limited time was to go through the syllabus and research those topics I need to familiar with, and then jotting down those key loads and turning those loads into like flashcards and revisiting those flashcards whenever I got a moment. I think I highly recommend using flashcards to aid the preparation, especially if you only have fragmented time due to work or other commitment. For my CREST registered penetration tester, I actually used my OACP to apply for CRT equivalency, because back then CRT exam used to be very hard, difficult to book in my city, and due to the limited number of sessions throughout the year, so the exam used to be like hotel based and added some logistic challenges too. And I think recently it all has changed, and it is more accessible through the Pearson examination centers. So it is very welcome change, and I'm excited to try out the new format once my current certifications expire in 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. And two things actually helped me to become an independent penetration tester. So one thing is certifications. I agree people can possess high levels of skills without having any certifications, but I do believe certifications is one of the quickest ways to communicate one's skill sets and the competency levels to employers and clients. And also, certifications generally have a structured syllabus that provides objectives and guidance for both study and practicing. So this syllabus help to eliminate that the problem when arise when self-study jumping from one topic to another, or aimlessly, or going down to a rabbit hole too far. Studying for the certifications can in general prepare you with the knowledge and skills needed for a specific topic in penetration testing. The second thing I have had helped me and I would recommend is finding a mentor to support you. It is a great way to prepare yourself mentally. You can find a mentor through a mentorship program, like in my experience, or meeting someone at a conference or meetup, or even hitting up someone on LinkedIn. Because I can assure you the community is very welcoming and people are willing to help each other. So don't be shy, just reach out. And I have personally have met several experienced individuals and who have made time for me to discuss my doubts and questions and have offered invaluable guidance and advice. So just don't be shy. So there are many resources out there for various topics in cybersecurity. My list may be more on the penetration testing side, but I will try to cover the cybersecurity in general. So Hack the Box, they offer a tailored path for those who are interested in passing CPSA and CRT exams. If you are interested in cybersecurity in general, maybe they also have machines and challenges that covers both offensive and defensive aspects of security. And another useful training ground for developing penetration testing knowledge and skills is OffSec's Proving Grounds, where their machine are not shared. So it's to prevent some unintentional spoilers and interference from other users. Also, specifically for web app pen testing, Postwagger offers hundreds of free labs for learners at various skill levels. Additionally, I watch a lot of cybersecurity related YouTube videos. So those from content creators like IPSec, OXDF, John Hammond, and the Cyber Mentor. Maybe keep up with the latest cybersecurity news on LinkedIn or X. That's also a good resource to keep yourself updated.